Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is Windows Server 2025 Complete Master Course 0 to Expert, and this is part 18th video in this course. And in today's video we are going to see how to install a DNS server on Windows Server 2025. So in last video we discussed and understand everything regarding the basic concept, what is DNS server, why we use a DNS server, what is forward lookup zone, what is reverse lookup zone, what are the different type of DNS records are there which we need to uh, we should create in Active Directory or DNS depending on their requirements. Also, we understand few things regarding how DNS workflow works in the real environment. So in this video, let's get in lab and let's install the DNS server step by step. So this is the very basic steps to install a DNS server on Windows Server 2025. So you can open the server manager and select the installation type, choose the role based and feature based installation, click next, and then select your server, and then select your role, DNS role, and complete the installation. So the installation is very much straightforward. There is nothing fancy basically. And before we go and do the installation, let's understand DNS in Active Directory environment. So basically DNS plus AD is a reliable name, provide a reliable name resolution and domain discovery for an environment. So most of the time if you are working in any enterprise, they must have a AD integrated DNS. So AD integrated DNS means you have a zone name, and this zone name is basically stored in Active Directory and replicates to all DNS server along with the AD replication. So Active Directory uses the DNS as a backbone for locating the domain controller, services, and other resources in Active Directory infrastructure. So you can see here, for example, SRV record, which is basically define your domain controllers and all, and the AD integrated DNS stores zone data in the Active Directory database itself and replicate across all the DNS servers during the AD replication, since this is AD integrated. So each domain has a primary forward lookup zone matching to the domain name. So if I show you, this is my domain. So if I go to basically a DNS, so I should be able to see the forward lookup zone with my domain name. And then if I go here and click on basically on properties, so this is my zone, and you can see here status is running, and this is very important. So type is Active Directory integrated. So this DNS which is running in my infrastructure as of now, this is AD integrated, and by default when you promote your domain controller, it creates the Active Directory integrated DNS zone. So replication, you can see the replication is also defined all DNS server in this domain. So whatever DNS server you are going to promote in this domain, it is going to have a replication enabled. So you can see, if you want, you can change all DNS running in the domain controller in the forest or domain itself, or you can basically run on all domain controller which is running on labs-on.line. So you have a multiple option, but by default basically forward lookup zone replicates during the DC promotion, and it's basically set it to replicate within a domain, basically not in the forest. So if you have a use case, depending on your use case, you can change the zone replication setting, and also dynamic update. You can see here basically this is configured as a secure only. So all the transmission, whatever updates are going across the DNS servers, it is secure only basically. So basically AD integrated DNS are tightly coupled with Active Directory infrastructure, and then we have a SRV record are used to locate the DC and other AD services, such as if I show you SRV records. So I go to my domain and then sites, and then this is my site name, and then TCP. You should be able to see we have a SRV record for Corroborees and global catalog and LDAP services, and these are the SRV records. So basically your Active Directory is highly dependent on these SRV record to basically locate the DC and other services which is running in your domain infrastructure. And then real world enterprise use cases. So there are multiple use cases for DNS, so like web services. Then we have a email delivery. So in Active Directory, it's locate the domain control and AD services using SRV record. Then if you have a cloud or hybrid, resolve internal and external domain which supports the conditional forwarder. For example, if you have a hybrid environment where your some workload are sitting on AWS or Azure, or some workload are sitting on the basically on the on-premises, then you can create a conditional forwarder basically in your DNS. So let me show you. So what you can do for a specific domain, let's say if you have a domain called, let's say, conditional forwarder, and then if you have a domain called, let's say, aws dot labs hands-on.lan sitting on cloud, let's say with the IP address 20.20.20, then you can configure these type of conditional forwarder to resolve your domain basically on the cloud basically, which we have created here. You can see. So depending on your requirement, you can create those cluster basically conditional forwarders. And then if you have it's enable the security and policy, enable DNS filtering, logging, and secure name resolution. So these are the some real world enterprise use cases which you should consider when you are planning and deploying Windows Server DNS. And so let's go ahead and try to basically install a server role which is DNS. So in my case, in this demo, I'm going to install my DNS role on my core machine, which we have installed during our first starting videos. So this is my core machine. So let me try to log in. So Win2K25 core. So if I hit enter, you can see I just logged in here. And now let me so you can basically install by using the PowerShell also. So let me show you. If I exit from here, command line, and this is PowerShell basically. So if I want, I can basically install from here also. So what command I need to do basically, I can install do by install Windows feature basically. So Windows feature and DNS. So and I can put let's say include management services, management tools. So this will basically install the DNS on my server. Also if I want, I can install from here. So if I see in local all server, I have only one server. So basically I can add server here, my core server. So click OK, and now once my core server is added here in the server manager, I can basically go and click on add role and features, click next. Role based installation, I can select my core servers from here and then click next, and then I can select the DNS server and basically install. So both will do the same thing. So I'll go here and basically install this. So now you can see the it will start the installation for DNS server role on my core machine. So as of now, if I go and check basically if the DNS is installed or not, so I can go and here basically you can see this installing the DNS. So let me go here, and if I type get Windows feature DNS, so it will tell you if the DNS is installed or not. So since we have installed DNS, it should install DNS as basically enabled on this server. You can see here DNS server is installed, and now if I go, it should be installed. So now you can see this installation is succeeded. So now our core server got DNS installed, which we have just validated, and now uh, everything looks good. And now if I go here, the process is same. If you want to install the Windows Server on any GUI server or core server, you can use both PowerShell or GUI option. Now if I go here and open DNS, so basically this let me go to tools and open DNS. And now let me go here and connect to DNS server, and I'll put my core server hostname here, so win2k25 core, and click OK. And now you should be able to see I got connected to my this core server. And if I go here, you should be able to see we got basically no forward lookup zones are created, and we have a conditional forwarder, and basically some reverse lookup zone is also created. So what I'll do, basically I'll go here and click on new zone, click next, and then this is going to be a secondary zone, or you can create basically anything. So you can create a secondary zone also, click next, and then you can basically identify the zone name. So this is my zone name. So depending on your use case, you can specify what you want to add here. So let's say I'll add my primary server here. So you can see here, and then if you want, you can add your both domain controllers here, and click next and finish. So now you can see here we should be able to load this soon. So once you added your secondary zone to the newly deployed DNS server, it will give you something like this, the error, because you can see the type is secondary and status is running. However, it will not load anything because it's require a permission from basically primary DNS servers to basically uh, load the zone, DNS zone. So I'll go on my primary zone, which is this, go on properties, and here if I go to zone transfer, you should be able to see basically there is nothing added. So I'll go here and allow DNS zone transfer, and only to the following server. Here I'll go ahead and add my server, so 192.168.0.13, which is my core server, and now I'll click OK and apply. And now one of the most important step, you need to come in basically name server and add your FTDN of your newly deployed DNS server. So win 2k25 core.labs hands-on.lan, and make sure this should be reachable from your basically from your DNS server, and should be able to resolve. So ping is not coming because I have blocked the ping. However, you should be able to basically see if you are able to resolve the host name. So if you are able to resolve the host name, then it should be okay. So ns lookup and paste the FQDN, and then you can see we are able to resolve. So this is good. Now I'll go here and add the IP address of my server, and then you can see it's able to validate. So things are looking good. I'll just go here and click OK, and now you should be able to see we added one NS record here when we basically define this server as a NS name server, and for this basically a forward lookup zone. So this should be good now. Now if I go here and try to refresh this, you should be able to see we got our DNS zone up and running here. Now if I go and try to do a basically NS lookup on this server, so I should be able to do NS lookup any record which is sitting on my this forward lookup zone. Let me go here on my command prompt and try to do a NS lookup from here. So I'll use NS lookup labs hands-on.lan, and let's use the DNS server which is my core server. So if I hit enter, you should be able to see we use this as a name server, and we are able to resolve the host name, and this is good. Now if I use the same command, let's say use with to resolve the basically srv record, let me type use this one. So this command basically, so nslookup, type srv, and then I'm looking for srv records inside my labs-and-so-on.lan by using this DNS server. So it should be able to tell you the srv records also. So this is good. You can see we got two srv record, and this is address which we used newly created DNS server. So this is pretty much everything which I wanted to show you in this video. So we did basically DNS server installation step by step, and then we configure our secondary zone with AD integrated, and then we tested our DNS lookup also. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.